Thanks to those joining me live and to those that'll be joining me on Archive D Style. Here, if you're listening on Archive, take a moment and press the like button. Make sure that that like button does turn blue. Once again, if you're listening on Archive, take a moment and press the like button. Make sure that that like button does turn blue. I don't know how long I'm going to be here. Probably not that long. I'll probably do a part two later today just because I'm waiting for somebody to show up to the house. So got to get the water heater leak fixed. Okay, got water damage. It's the whole nine. But here I am. If I spontaneously leave, I am sorry. All right. But Crawford is out on Twitter, folks, and I put a video up yesterday. All right, I put one up, and like I am telling you right now that Terrence Crawford, he if it is to Terrence Crawford, they wouldn't even know if this is Terrence Crawford or not. Okay, but who is allegedly Terrence Crawford. Now I know that StreamYard, whenever I start a video, it takes a moment to play, and I'm waiting for it to play, and it is playing. There we go, perfect. All right. Look, man, a lot of things I want to say here, but first of all, there's a lot of nuance to this issue. It's not black and white just like that. You know what I mean? So I'm going to go piece by piece, give you my take and the whole nine. All right. We're going to have to do this again. I will have to spontaneously end this because I'm waiting for someone to come look at the water heater and stuff like that. So, however, I will leave a link in the chat if anybody wants to come in, whether you favor Crawford or Spence, whatever the case is. I'll leave it on there. So if you want to go on there, there's a link. But look, here's my situation. Like, there is a lot of people that are just not honest actors when it comes to the situation, right? There's a lot of opportunist people that are just siding with Crawford, not based on the facts or the situation or anything like that. Like, you'll notice a pattern that these are the same people that are like anti-PBC and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like, those people are not honest actors. They just aren't. Right? So I just want to throw that out there. Here's the reality of the situation, and from what I see from my vantage point. All right. First of all, we have to note that Errol Spence was in a car accident that could have been deadly. And all right, I remember saying, people were saying, look, nothing happened to him. It's just a couple lacerations and loose teeth. And I said, dude, if you lost teeth, that's some major damage. And it turns out, I mean, the dude needed like surgery on his mouth and the whole nine. It was definitely, a problem. Let's just call it that. What's up, Brooklyn Child? You want to come on? There's a link, bro. So there's definitely an issue with that. Okay. Like, without a doubt. So what? We don't even know like the date that Spence is gonna come back. You know what I mean? Like people need to just acknowledge that. We don't even know when the dude's gonna come back to fight. All right. Now, and let's stop acting like Terrence Crawford doesn't have options, because the dude has plenty of options. All right. There are plenty of options for Terrence Crawford. Doable options. All right. So let's look at some of them, right? Like if let me put it this way. Al Heyman had zero problems working with Eddie Hearn to make the Andy Ruiz versus Joshua fight. All right. That was like a last second thing. Right. And Al Heyman fighters have fought outside of the PBC when the offer was right. So with that said, the idea that it's like impossible or it's just not going to happen whatsoever is just ridiculous, right? Let's just say that for the sake of argument, that making, like, even if the car crash never happened, that the Errol Spence fight, let's say you're in this thought of, in this process of thinking that if Errol Spence, Crawford fight, it was just too much politics, too many issues for it to happen, right? There are other avenues that can go. So you cannot tell me, and like, no one in their right mind who is thinking rationally can tell me that it's impossible to make like the Ugas fight, for example. Crawford Ugas is a good fight, a better fight than Crawford's last 3, 4 fights. Right. So it is a step up in competition, in my opinion. Right. As far as Crawford at welterweight goes, and it's a doable fight. Like they could do that fight. And when it was brought up to my attention that Ugas has a win over Crawford in the amateurs, why wouldn't you want to avenge that? An L is an L. All right? I mean, why wouldn't you? And there's a story there that you can tell to people. All right? Ugas beat, all right? And don't tell me you don't care about amateur pedigree. People pick and choose when the amateurs matter and when they don't matter, right? When it comes to Luis Ortiz, there's people that like to point out that he was in the B team of the Olympic team. You know what I mean? And he just couldn't make it in the Olympics, and he wasn't that good of an amateur. Like you know what I mean? All of a sudden, I mean, being in the B team of the Olympics is better than not even being in the Olympics. Crawford was never in the Olympics. Crawford didn't make it to the Olympics, right? Plenty of guys that you see in the pros today having great pro careers didn't make it to the Olympics, much less be the B tide of the B team, much less that. Okay, plus it was a B team to Cuba. Okay, like we're not talking like this dude was a B team of some like obscure nation. All right, that isn't like a powerhouse in boxing, which Cuba is. But we're just going to leave that aside for a moment. Right? The reality is, Ugas Crawford is a very makeable fight. It's not like Ugas is so expensive they just can't make the fight on. All right? Oh, we just can't. We can't do it. Yes, you can make that damn fight. You can make that fight. Don't tell me you can't. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. All right? No, Batista, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. Now, the Porter fight. Now, I don't want to hear, oh, but Porter's already lost, man. Are you kidding me, bro? All right? Crawford fought Amir Khan. All right? There is a knockout highlight reel of Amir Khan on YouTube. All right? Here on YouTube, there's a knockout highlight reel, and it's not of him. Usually when they have like highlight reel knockouts of fighters, it's when they're knocking guys out. Like, oh, here's a Wilder, highlight reel. They show of his knockouts, right? Even an Anthony Joshua or whoever. Here's a Canelo knockout highlight reel. When it comes to Amir Khan's ass, it's knockouts of him getting knocked out. 92 KU, I see you. They show highlights of Khan getting knocked out. That's his highlight reels. So you're going to fight Amir Khan, all right? Now, granted, at the time, right? Because we got to take a snapshot of time. Yes, people. You know what people are going to say? Batista, you were talking about the Amir Khan fight against Crawford, right? And you took credit. Batista took credit for getting that fight right. Yes, I did, because number one, I did. Number two, there was people saying that Amir Khan was going to give Crawford problems. Okay? Oh, if Amir Khan had a chin, okay, he would beat Crawford, stuff like that. Crawford proved that the chin didn't matter. He's just a better boxer than Khan. Okay? So it was never in question who was going to win the fight. We knew who was going to win. That was not in question. All right? It was the method of the win. But that tells you everything. Crawford hasn't fought guys that could beat him. He's fought guys that were arguing, how is he going to beat him? Is he going to have a hard time beating him? Is the guy going to go rounds? Is Crawford going to lose a couple rounds or not? Is he going to, you know what I mean? Is he going to dominate the guy, or is he going to be slightly competitive? And those are the type of fights Crawford's been in. That's why I say there's nuance to this. What's up to DJ Mexicano de Texas? What's going on, bro? Stay put. Check it out. The reality is It's time to step the fuck up, bro. That's it. And if the Spence fight can't be made right now, I mean, he's calling the dude out when we don't even know when the guy's going to come back. What, he's going to wait and see what he does? And then they're talking about Spence fighting Pacquiao. That's a good fight, right? There's nothing wrong with that. Pacquiao is a title holder, right? He holds the same status as Crawford does. As a title holder, there's nothing wrong with that fight. If Spence fights Pacquiao, that is not a duck. That's a fight that should happen. If the Pacquiao fight was available for Bud Crawford, he would take the fight. And I would be the first one saying, yes, of course, he should take that fight. And we're not going to excuse Manny Pacquiao from shit. I don't care that he's over 40 years old. All right? No, D-style. But he's old. Shut the fuck up. All right? Giving this dude all these accolades of, oh, look, he's fighting past the age of 40. And he's still beating young guns. Like, we never seen that before. Is it amazing? Man, these boxers are amazing athletes. And Pacquiao's one of the best to ever do it. Of course it's amazing. But he's not the only guy that's done it. Not the only dude that's boxed past the age of 40, bro. Right? But he's a title holder right now. All right? He was easily top 5 fighter of the year just last year. So he should be in the discussion as well. Manny Pacquiao needs to be in the discussion as well. Okay? Manny Pacquiao has to be in that discussion. And if Manny Pacquiao doesn't want to fight the best at the welterweight division, then Manny Pacquiao needs to vacate that title. Get the fuck out of town. Okay? Go to an old man's league or something. If that's not what you want to do. Because say what you want about Bernard Hopkins, the dude was trying to unify his division at the age of 50. He was trying to. He didn't succeed, but he was trying. He was collecting belts. And he went for Kovalev. Didn't go well for him, but the dude was almost 50. Almost an entire decade older than Manny's right now. All right? So spare me. Vladimir Klitschko was 40. Trying to come back and get his titles back. So spare me. All right? Spare me. Foreman was in his mid-40s when he fought Moore, trying to become the champion. Spare me. Oh, he's old. So? Oh, but Mayweather. What does Mayweather have anything to do? Mayweather's retired. He's boxing MMA fighters. Now, if Mayweather had one of the major belts, all right, and calling himself the champion of the welterweight division, I would be saying the same thing because I've been consistent for over 10 years. And I always called for him to fight the best when he had a championship. So you try any bullshit with somebody else. If Manny Pacquiao wants to campaign at 147 pounds as a champion, he needs to fight the other champions. And I hold that same standard for Spence and Crawford. But I'm just adding him to the equation because everybody's just letting the dude, just run free. Oh, Crawford and Spence. Crawford and Spence. Spence is ducking Crawford. Oh, Crawford's ducking Spence. Why aren't we talking about Manny Pacquiao? The only ones that don't want to see Pacquiao fight Crawford and Spence, okay, are the ones that know the same thing everybody else knows, that he's not going to win those fights, right? But they just don't want to see him lose. That's what it is. They have an invested interest in Manny, right? And you don't get like a lifetime pass. Like, no, but you see D-style, it's okay Manny does it because Manny, he's a legend in the sport, so he gets to duck whoever he wants, whenever he wants, however he wants. No, he doesn't. It's not the way it works, right? If Manny Pacquiao didn't have a belt, right, If Manny Pacquiao was not a champion and fighting for belts, I would leave Manny Pacquiao alone, right? But the dude's fighting for belts. Now, with all that said, I want to see, like, I'm all for undisputed. I'm all for the best fight of the best. I've been that. Okay, I've talked that. I've lived that. Okay. Right now, see, boxing's a lot like poker, right? And becoming undisputed is like getting all the fucking chips on the table. If Errol Spence says, I want all the belts, okay, if that's what he's saying, like he's already unified, so it's not like he's not going towards that direction, all right? But if he wants that, what's wrong with him wanting to fight Manny Pacquiao? Manny Pacquiao has a big chunk of the chips, right? Now, if Terrence Crawford doesn't like the fact that Errol Spence is collecting more chips on the table, then that's his problem, all right? If he thinks that's going to make, things a little harder for him, that's his problem. That's not Spence's problem. It sounds like you have a problem, bud. Well, you better find a solution for it, right? So what Crawford should do, right, instead of trying to go all in with Spence with the chips, like bluffing, all right, instead of doing that, then maybe you should take away whatever chips Uga's got on the table in the meantime. Okay, whatever chips, Porter has, take them. Take as many chips as you possibly can, all right? But that's not what Crawford's doing, right? Crawford isn't even at the table, right? All these guys playing poker in one table. Crawford's sitting at another table, all right, barking. Right, this dude's sitting at the other poker table playing against Mean Machine and the dude that walked out to the ring with a cane and with Amir Khan. Like he's taking their chips over here, right? And then he's barking over here to Errol Spence, who's busy, okay, trying to collect the chips at his table. Oh, but this style. Now you're talking the other side of the street. Like, no, I'm not, right? If he's serious, he will get his fucking chips and bring them to the other table, right? If he's serious. That's where Ugas is. That's where Porter is. That's where Danny Garcia is. He has options, right? He does. Let's stop acting like the dude doesn't have options. He does. It ain't my fault that he re-signed with Top Rank. Okay, fine. He already did. Whatever. So now, what are you going to do, bud? Like, what you do have control over, do it, all right? Why don't you, take advantage of some other options that you do have? And don't tell me, oh, but what have those guys done? And what is this, that, and the third? And no. You don't fight a Mean Machine and then like tell a guy like Ugas he ain't at your level and I don't have to box you, okay? Because once you open a Pandora's box like that, it is over, okay? Let me roll over some of these. Brooklyn Charles, will you be doing a live stream with Storm, G-Funk, and Reggie later today? I need something to listen headed home from work. I will not be doing a live stream tonight. I'll start my live streams next week, guys. So next week, regular scheduled programming will proceed. Can't jump on now. I'm listening. I got you. 92IQ says, strong feeling Porter, but it gets made. I hope. DJ Mckenna, I hope this fight happens sometime this year. Me too. Gotcha. A lot of boxers in this era have not tested their potential. They chase checks. Wow. Porter got a taste of that pay-per-view money. He's not going back to $1 million to fight Josito Lopez. Probably not. Yes, in 4 decades. Yes. Okay. Box conversation. Reggie Owens. Salute to my peoples. 92IQ. You want Pat to get sent to hell? Like be hot. I don't. Well, look, man. All I'm saying is, people acting like he's doing something nobody's ever done. You know what I mean? And he should get a pass for that. Even if it was true, you don't get a pass. But it's not true anyway. All right, Arrow versus Pac next, BBG. It's a good fight. It is. All right, and I don't even know why Crawford is hating on that fight. All right, if Errol Spence fights Manny Pacquiao, all right, that's going to be a pay-per-view event, bro. That fight will get, I'm telling you, like 700, 800,000 buys. Okay, might even do 1 million. That's a big fight. It really is. And people would just people like, oh, can Manny do it? And like people are going to order the shit out of that fight, right? That's going to be a boxing fight that it's even going to be at, like, Manny Pacquiao. His fights get played at bars. You know what I mean? So it's going to be a lot of attention for that. All right. So if Spence wins, you know, I'm telling you, bro, the Crawford fight with Spence is even bigger. Right? It's even a bigger fight. That's more money in your pocket. Sure, you're not going to get the lion's share. All right? Like, you're not. But you're still going to make more money. I am telling you this right now. Right? I am telling you. I'm just saying. Who used winning Butter Porter? I'm going to reserve my thoughts on that until I know the fight could get made. I'll say that. I've already given my prediction before, but I don't know, man. I'm having some second thoughts. Let's see. BBG, Bud can match up with Ugas too. They got history. Exactly. What's going on, Kenneth Johnson? They got history, bro. He's already beating you, dude. Why don't you want to fight a guy that already beat you? Dude, it bothers me when somebody's beating me at a game of chess. All right? I lose a game of chess, like, it bothers me. How does it not bother you if somebody beats you in amateur boxing and now you're a professional boxer and they're calling you the best pound for pound in the world, but this guy has a W over you? There's a story there. You could play that story and all that bullshit storytelling they do on ESPN before the fights. That's actually an interesting boxing-related story, right? Not some bullshit. Oh, look at this. I mean, I don't have problems with charities, but, oh, look at the charity that this guy has. And, oh, look, this is his family. And, like, shit, I don't, like, I mean, I'm not saying I don't care, but not before a fight, all right? Spare me. And everybody knows I'm a Bud guy. Okay, everybody knows this. If you've been subscribed to me, you know I'm a Bud Crawford guy. Right? I just happen to be a boxing guy first. Right? Terrence Crawford is, like, first of all, I am telling you right now, like, I don't even have an issue with him calling out Errol Spence on Twitter and all that. But the reality is, I want to see him make some moves. Okay? Like, you could change perception, but you're not going to change it on Twitter, though, right? Yes, your fans, your hardcore fans that will side with you no matter what, are going to side with you anyway, okay? But those people are going to be with you anyway. Those are not the people you need to convince, right? If you really want to put some serious pressure, okay, on anybody, much less Spence, to fight you, okay, including Pacquiao, if you want to put real pressure, then you sign to fight, okay? You start calling out guys like Porter, Ugas, who are, you know, top 10 welterweights, top 5, arguably, okay? And you fight those guys, okay? If you dispatch of Sean Porter, right, in more impressive fashion, okay, than Cal Brook, than Thurman, than Errol Spence, all of which were controversial decisions. And some people even argue, if not all, and not two, at least one of them, that Porter won at least one, maybe two, maybe three of those fights. People argue that. If you beat Porter in such a way that it's not debatable, then people are very simple thinking, oh, well, Spence beat Porter, but competitive. Crawford beat Porter, but dominantly. I am telling you, that's how you get a guy. Okay, that's how the public puts pressure on the guy to fight you. Okay, That's how people start talking about the fight, and the fight becomes bigger in the process of not marinating it, which is the wrong way to do it, but by actually engaging in top level fights, which is what we want. That's the organic way, right? And don't tell me, Porter. What is Porter? What the fuck? Mean Machine, right? Are you kidding me? Amir Khan. They had to scrape Amir Khan off the canvas, right? Before he fought Bud Crawford. I mean, it's just insane, dude. Amir Khan was getting dropped by lightweights. Amir Khan was getting dropped by lightweights, people. And he really was. So spare me. Like, I'm just saying. It's time for Crawford to make some moves. And you do it by, hey, you got Ugas, you got Porter, you got Danny Garcia. You got 3 options, bro. Like, don't tell me there is no options there. There are options. So you're telling me that, you know, they'll work with other fighters, but not you. Like, get the fuck out of here, okay? Like, don't tell me like the Ugas fight will be difficult to make. It just wouldn't. If Bob Arum came out and said, this is what I heard someone say, that they can't afford to pay the other PBC fighters. First of all, he ain't paying shit. ESPN is, right? Pay them the way you pay the other guys that fight Bud. Okay? Do that. And furthermore, that does not help Bud's case whatsoever when he's asking for 50-50. All right? How are you going to be asking for 50-50, but your own promoter saying they can't afford to pay the opponent? Are you kidding me? Like, are you for real right now? They paid Otto Wallen and Schwartz. They paid those guys. You know the problem with lying, right? No one has a good enough memory to keep lying. Okay? No one. No one's memory is that vast, right? Nobody can keep up a lie forever. It's all Bob Arum's lies get easily exposed. I am tired of all this nonsense, right, that I keep hearing. That, but Bud can't do this. But Bud can fight certain fighters. And don't come at me like I'm asking for too much. I'm just asking Bud Crawford, okay, to fight better opposition that he has. Now, does Spence fall into that category? Yes. Right? But the one that needs to step up in competition is Crawford. He's the one, right? Crawford needs to step up in competition, bro. Right? Like, bad, bro. Right? Like, he needs to step up in competition bad. Like, you know, he's just holding on to his status, number 1 pound for pound. I mean, that was a body of work, but that could be lost right away, man. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot Crawford has to do. Make sure you throw a jab at the like button, by the way. Make sure you throw a jab at the like button. Is the call up by Danny Garcia real? I don't know, but how about you? Crawford tweets about that and calls off the bluff. I told you boxing's like poker, bro. All right? Call out their bluff then if you believe they're bluffing. If it's all a bluff and all bullshit, call them out. Say, I'll fight this guy and that guy. Why not? We can't afford to pay. You know how bad that looks? Like, you cannot in one hand say, nah, it's 50-50, right? And in the other hand, right, for the Spence fight. But in the other hand, come out and say, well, we can't afford to pay, you know, Porter. And when Spence fought Porter, they could afford to pay Porter. Everybody else Porter fought, they were able to afford it. Why can't you afford it? You know what that means? That means if Porter wants X amount of money because he's already made X amount of money against Spence, and you cannot provide that X amount of money, how the fuck are you 50-50? Answer me that one. Answer me that one. Okay? That's not a good look. It's not. Not in terms of demanding 50-50. You can't say it's 50-50, man. We're both worth the same. But they were able to, if they do a Spence rematch with Porter, they're running back. They're not going to say, well, we can't afford to pay Porter. Because they know they could do that on pay-per-view, and they know there'll be return customers because the first pay-per-views can do either equal or more than the previous fight. They already know that, and they know there'll be return customers because that was a fight of the year candidate. People felt like they got their money's worth in that fight. So if one side can afford to pay Porter, but your own promoter says they can't afford to pay Porter, that's what they're saying. I don't even believe that, but that's what they're saying. It does not help your 50-50 case at all. If you come and tell me you can't afford to pay Ugas, now there's zero evidence. I have not seen any evidence that Ugas is demanding like this. Like, look, if Ugas comes out and says, I want $10 million to fight Crawford, I'll be the first one to come out and say, this is stupid. He ain't going to get $10 million. From where? I'll be the first one to come on here, okay? But there's no evidence that an Ugas, okay, is demanding like way too much money or something like that. Zero evidence. They haven't even attempted to make these fights happen. Get the hell out of here. There is zero evidence that an Ugas, okay, is going to want more money than a Mean Machine or a Khan, okay? All right. Can somebody put what they paid Amir Khan, by the way? Somebody put that in the chat. There is zero evidence to prove, okay, that an Ugas is going to want more money than the previous opponents Crawford fought, right? Top Rank had enough money, okay, to pay Jeff Horn to get the fuck out of Australia to fight Terrence Crawford. So I don't want to hear this excuse now when it comes to Ugas, right? No, but I don't want to hear it. Oh, but they're friends. No, but these styles, you don't understand. Crawford and Porter are friends, these style. They're buddies. You wanted to fight his friend? Yes. Right? I don't give a shit if they're friends. What is this? I said this on Best Fight the Best channel, but if I want to watch an episode of Friends, I go to Netflix. All right? I understand somebody said it's not even on Netflix. Not even Netflix wants Friends anymore. When even Netflix says no more Friends, you expect me to have that shit in boxing? What is this? I'll be there for you. Do. I'll be there for you. What is this? Friends? Get in the fucking ring and fight. Turn on this friend bullshit. Oh, this guy's my friend. I don't want to fight. Are you shitting me right now? Are you kidding me? But we're friends, but these style. They're good friends, these style. Stop it. They're good friends. His mom will be so upset with him if he hits him. Get the fuck out of here. Huh? Khan got $7 million. Are you kidding me? Who the fuck pays $7 million for a chandelier? God damn. Who pays that much money for a chandelier? All right? God, that must be a nice-ass chandelier. Holy shit. Dude, that has somebody Google the most expensive chandelier in the world? Somebody Google this. I think Top Rank bought the most expensive chandelier in the history. Okay? In history. Did somebody tell me that? They paid $7 million for a chandelier to fight fucking Crawford. Right? This shit's insane. I mean, holy shit. Can somebody find me the most expensive chandelier? I think Top Rank all right, broke the record for the most expensive chandelier. They bought the chandelier specifically to fight Terrence Crawford. All right, and then they want to turn around and say they can't afford to pay any of the PBC guys. Get the fuck out! Are you shitting me? You can't afford to pay the PBC guy? Why? Is it because your guy doesn't generate or something like that? Is that what it is? Is that what it is? And then you want the man 50-50? Is that what he's doing right now? You can't make this shit up. Kenneth Johnson. Ugas is fighting here in Mississippi next month. I know Ugas will not be demanding too much money from Crawford. They paid $7 million for a chandelier. All right? They paid $7 million for a chandelier to fight Terrence Crawford. They paid more money for the cane, okay, that Benavidez walked out to the ring with, all right, than they're willing to offer Ugas. What is it about Ugas that like doesn't even come up in the conversation? Batista, where does Ugas come from? Why Ugas? Why Mean Machine? What do you mean why him? It's just like because I'm just like, stop acting like the dude doesn't have options. He does. He's got options. If somebody look up the most expensive chandelier in the world, that shit must be made of fucking diamonds and shit, okay? Top Rank paid $7 million for his chandelier, bro. Right? Just so he could fight Crawford. But they can't afford to pay anybody else. You can't make shit up. I mean, either they're lying from one side or they're telling the truth, and none look good. If they're lying, they're liars, right? If they're telling the truth, man, you ain't worth shit. I'll tell you that right now. If ESPN looks at you and says that we can't pay more than $1 million for a guy to fight Crawford, so work with what you got. One, I think Ugas will take that probably, right? But second, all right, that tells me that dude's not much of a draw, apparently. What happened to all talking about breaking records and all about the records? Look, they broke all the records on cable TV. Like, get the fuck out of here. Well, I think they said for last year, but, you know. Danny Garcia, Doug and Avery watching with a pulse. He should fight Ugas or Lipinets or Jamal James. Look, everyone should fight everybody, okay? And he was about to fight Errol Spence. So it's not like, and he has fought, Porter, and you know what I mean? Like, Danny Garcia has fought Keith Thurman. He has fought throughout his tenure at 147 against top welters, all right? Just saying. Ugas? Why Ugas? Like, what? Why not? Why not? Why not Ugas? Nobody could tell me, all right? Because remember, once you open a Pandora's box, right? Like there's no escaping it. So if you tell me why Ugas, I'll say why Mean Machine? Why Amir Khan? Why that? Right? If you say why, right? But these style, you don't understand these style. Ugas, okay? It's like, ooh, get the fuck out of here. Ooh, that smell. Can you smell that smell? Ugas. It's gonna confine you. Anyway, I'm just telling you, bro. Okay. At the end of the day, Spence literally, okay, he literally just unified, okay? And if I'm going to give you a pass this one time, Okay. But if there's an insinuation again, okay, if anyone insinuates again that Errol Spence somehow is using a car accident or was involved in a car accident to avoid fighting, okay, I'm going to remove you from my channel because that's retarded. Okay. So it better not even be an insinuation. Errol fights back next, then Bud. How we ducking anyone? I don't think he's ducking anybody. Right? At all. There is nothing wrong, okay, with as long as you're engaged in top level fights consistently, there's nothing that says you got to do it in a particular order. Okay, like it's not about that. But what is Bud doing to make sure, right, that there literally is only one way in the world? Like, and don't tell me it's not possible. Bernard Hopkins managed his own fucking career, okay? And he made sure he became mandatory. He made sure he did his part to beat whoever was available to close as many roads that did not come his way. This road, okay, is closed. This road's closed. And he made sure that the only way through the middleweight division to the top of the mountain was through him. Crawford has not made one move to close one fucking road. He's got one road. He hasn't done anything to leave the other welterweights with no other options other than to fight him. He's done nothing to do that. What's going on, Afro-Rican? That's right, Dragon style. All right? Charles Miller in the house. What's going on? No, but Ugas. Who's Ugas? These guys, bro. But Ugas lost to Porter. Okay, fight Porter then. But what? Get the fuck out of here. Are you kidding me? That didn't make sense. Shut the fuck up. How about that? But D-Style. You don't understand D-Style. Why do you want Crawford to fight a dude coming off a loss? Dude, they literally scraped Amir Khan's body from the canvas, okay, to fight Terrence Crawford, bro. Right? Top Rank. Did anybody look up the most expensive chandelier? Afro-Rican, right? Somebody, Charles Miller, anybody, okay? Look up the most expensive chandelier in the world. D-Style wants to know, okay? Because Top Rank bought the most expensive chandelier in the world specifically to fight Terrence Crawford, okay? I mean, goddamn, is Amir Khan made out of diamonds or some shit? What's going on over here? Bob Arum has that dude, like, tied up, okay, from the ankles, all right? Right above his dinner table, bro. Like, I make good use of this chandelier. That's right. Amir, you used to be a good champion. My $7 million chandelier. Fuck out of here. Does anybody know? Can somebody tell me if there's a chandelier worth more than $7 million on this planet? Anybody know? I think Top Rank has a record. We can't afford to pay. Get the fuck out. You can't afford to pay. Are you kidding me? We just can't. You know, we can't afford to pay any of these other PBC guys. What are you trying to say, Bob? That your fighters are cheap? Well, we know you paid Amir Khan $7 million, right? $80 million for chandelier? God damn. All right, maybe top rank. Yeah, but I'll tell you what, though. I'll tell you what, right? That sounds like Anthony. Is that Anthony Joshua? They didn't pay him $80 million to fight in Saudi Arabia. Anthony Joshua, bro, he's that chandelier, right? No, he's not. Why can you say that? You're just mad that he beat Andy Ruiz. Shut up, bro. Okay. What a coincidence that that fucking chandelier is worth just as much as Joshua was allegedly paid in Saudi Arabia. Okay. But how can you say that, man? It ain't right, man. Shut the fuck up. Okay. Yeah, we saw the tweet. We're talking about it. That's why we're here. Make sure you throw a jab at that like button. Okay. That's why we're here. So let me get this straight. He wants a Spence fight, so Spence is ducking him. But he wants 50-50, right? So that tells me then, okay, so he brings something to the table, right? But his own promoter says they can't afford to pay any of the PBC fighters. Why not? Like, if Crawford is that dude, right, and he generates that, you'll be able to pay these fighters, right? Now we can't pay them. They're too expensive for my champion. Okay? Are you kidding me right now? Are you for real? Huh? Like, are you for real, bro? Let me tell you. Get the fuck out of here, bro. The only good thing that ever came out of Bob Barrow's mouth when he was like trashing on MMA, bro, okay? You got two men on the ground fighting like homosexuals. I don't know. But look, okay? Look, bro, the funniest shit I ever saw was like there was one dude like on top of another dude in MMA, right? He was raining down punches, beating the shit out of the guy. But then he ran out of energy, and I think it was Mauro Ronaldo. He goes, "He just blew his load." Like, I'm just like, what are you kidding me, bro? Did he just say that while this dude's the top of this dude? But anyway, let's move on. Let's move on from that. Okay, for some MMA guy comes in, I'm gonna choke you out, D-style. You better respect MMA, or I'm gonna get you in an arm bar. Get the fuck out of here. Gonna get me in an arm bar, motherfucker. Okay, it's gonna randomly come up to me, try to assault me with an arm bar, right? Are you kidding me? Right? If I got a knife for your fucking rib, motherfucker. How about that? Right? How's your arm bar now? Yeah, but I'm trained, man. I don't know what you do. If you're like, well, yeah, what if I have my fucking Glock? What the fuck are you gonna do then? But anyway, I trailed way off. Okay, back to the Crawford thing. Look, Terrence Crawford is like doing his thing. Like, you know what I mean? Like he's out there tweeting, right? But I don't want these guys to show me action with their thumbs. Okay. Like all the shit talk, that's what we're supposed to do. Like the YouTubers and the people on social media. And like I don't just want you to show me action with your thumb. I want to see it with your fist. And I want you to do it in the ring. Right? If you're serious, then start making moves. Okay? Until like there's nothing left to say. Okay? You beat Ugas. Okay. Then you beat Porter. All right. Like there's less and less people that can be like brought up. Right. And then now the new Pandora's box is better now. Right. So now when someone says somebody else, if those guys you just fought are better, then they can't throw those other guys in your face. Right now, I could throw Ugas in your face because you just fought Mean Machine. I could throw Ugas in your face because you fought Amir Khan. I could throw what do you mean you can't pay those guys in your face because you fought Amir Khan and paid them that amount of money? I can say, what do you mean? Like, Ugas isn't that expensive. Fight Ugas. I can say that right now. Take that away from me. Fight Ugas, beat Ugas, fight Porter, beat Porter. And then there's only, the people cannot suggest you to fight lower opposition after that. It's only up. Well, what's up, Pacquiao, Spence? right? What are they going to do? Fight the guys that you just beat? And then you actually have an argument. You can actually say, like, hey, I just dominated that dude. You're going to fight him? Fight me. And you'll have a better argument. All right? Enough of this nonsense. And it ain't my fault. Okay? It ain't my fault he resigned with Top Rank. That ain't my fault. All right? It ain't his fault. It is his fault. He made the decision to fight for Top Rank. But even then, I like there is still a path. When you really want some, you can make it happen. Now, he has to be realistic, right? He's not in a position right now to demand 50-50. He just isn't, right? His own promoter says they don't have the money to pay opponents, okay? All right, like, get the fuck out of here. Specifically the PBC guys, okay? Haplotype says 9 million, not 80, but I think it was 80. Because I think that was about Anthony Joshua. What's going on, Haplotype? Nopal Boxianos. He just beat Mean Machine for pound. Wow. It's starting to look like he resigned to be kept safe. I mean, and if Bud doesn't want that perception, then do something about it, Bud. Okay? With that said, guys, it looks like they're here to fix the water heater, so I do got to run. All right? Rodney, what's going on? For those that came in, go to the beginning. Make sure you throw a jab at the like button. Make sure the like button turns blue and all that, okay? But I do got to run. Okay? And you can always go back to the beginning. Remember to reload it. Go back to the beginning. Listen to the whole thing. This is D-Style Boxing. Keep it boxing. I'm out.